What's going on, y'all? It's a Rainy Storm checking in for the Pluto series. For those of y'all that are coming in for the first time, my name is Rainy Storm. I am your cosmic rootwork astrologist specializing in Mars activations, specializing in evolutionary astrology. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could definitely check up that link below. And I also have courses available too, and also event bookings as well. Let me get some better light up in here real quick. Sorry, y'all. 1 second. A little bit more light on the screen. I think it's a little bit better on the light situation. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of come on here and talk a little bit about this Pluto transit that's going to be taking place in January 2024. During this series, I'm sorry. I want to go ahead and apologize ahead of time if I'm not bringing the most highest energy here. Just had a recent passing in the family, so just kind of trying to settle a little bit with that. But I did say that I was gonna bring y'all this series this week, so I just wanted to go ahead and record this video for y'all. And also because we're coming so closely into this transit as well, I just wanted to go ahead and give this to y'all total. So just for this Pluto and Aquarius transit, this is a huge and major transit. We've been in Pluto and Capricorn for so long, over, a decade or two, and it's been just very instrumental to the way we have seen the world globally and how it shifted. And, just with it being in Capricorn and just this central focus on, the economy as far as like capitalism and the way we see this idea of like money and value and having these material objects at our disposal is now, with Pluto moving into Aquarius, having this transit of this Plutonian power being moved to the collective communities and the people. And it's going to be very much so instrumental on the ways in which we see and just move forward into the world. And Pluto will destroy. It will be destructive. I know when we think of Pluto and Aquarius, we do think of power to the people. And essentially, yes, there is a lot of power that goes into the collective and the community and the humanitarianism efforts and the progression, in the future of humanity. But Pluto is also the dark side of those things. The dark side of which Aquarius rules technology, AI, robotics, even scientific advancements that we can see that can literally change the test of times. Oftentimes, a lot of times with Pluto and Aquarius, I like to think of, like, for example, and I know it's a far stretch, but it's not really too far of a stretch, especially because, when we think of Plutonic energy, it's ruled over by Scorpio, which we look at the blood and we also look at the organs. So we look at DNA also being a big thing that can be changed here as well. But I think of X-Men, like just having these X-Men experiences or these, bodily, these tests and things that are being done on humans and the society, and just how that is actually essentially affecting us at a grand scale. So just know that there's going to be some themes that come up that, yes, we are coming together, working together as these greater collectives into what we think, and what we want to visualize society to be. But, when we talk about the lesser evils of things, we talk about the destructive sides of things, as we are changing through this, I would say this collective energy, there's going to be some folks that, you know, don't want to necessarily go out of this without a fight. And I'm not saying it's our job to do the fighting. I'm not saying it's our job to show up and, you know, complete. I'm just thinking of Aquarius also being like an arson, you know, just complete, you know, left in destruction and, you know, being able to like destroy and just being on this side of revolutionary, not only ideals, but can, you know, see the dark side of things, like or not even just the dark side of things, because the dark side is so subjective in its meaning, but, you know, like cults and, you know, people are going to be searching and looking for, you know, just having these experiences of looking for the followers and looking for these leaders to guide them in these places. So I don't want us to get so fully wrapped up in this ideal or just painting this picture of that everything is just going to be peaches and cream as soon as things move into Aquarius in January 2024 for the next 20 some odd years, right? But with it being in, I'm gonna make a completely different video about this, just with Pluto and Aquarius and looking back in the times, and then also just what we'll be seeing, just some of the themes we'll be seeing in the coming years. But I do want to talk about Pluto in the first house of Aquarius. We'll be going through each house for Pluto and Aquarius. So if you're an Aquarius rising, this is a little bit of what this Pluto transit in Aquarius can mean for you. And I just think, just see for Pluto and Aquarius, it's just being in this space of where your whole identity is undergoing a complete shift. Just intrinsically, wholeheartedly, you'll see these themes playing out to where you just might become or just feel like you're just becoming unrecognizable during this transit, to yourself, to others, you know. And as much as this idea of the first house being, you know, this our personality, like how people first meet us and things like that, I will admit it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, you know, going through this transition. Just having Pluto in the first house in general can just feel just heavy and weighted. And like I said, even though you're going through this transformational experience, it can just feel like just heavy weight that is on your energy or your spirit. Even things that can happen to you outside of you, like outside of yourself. So like as you're going through this transformation, you know what I'm saying, Pluto, because it's on the first house, is bringing like outside energy. So people like opposing your thoughts, opposing your ideals, opposing your views about the world and how you want those things to move forward, being subjected to manipulation in some cases, when it comes to your thoughts and patterns and ideals. I do want to say this before I kind of get to my little notes and stuff, because this is kind of what's coming to me. If a Pluto and Aquarius on the first house, these Aquarius risings, if y'all are a part of any kind of organizations or groups that have to do with your, because maybe you have this identity that you're, you know, exploring, and you find people in this collective that are, that you feel like are resonating with this idea of who you are to be, just be wary of the groups that you associate with during this time, because you could just find that because you are going through this experience. I'm not saying that every single group and all the people that you run into are going to be on this same wave at all. Not at all, not by the slightest. But what I am saying is, you know, you just want to just have discernment of the groups and organizations and things that you are exploring in this dynamic, because you just don't want to be, you don't want to be in this position where you're being manipulated in any way, shape, or form, you know. So just discern that, like I said, the groups and things that you associate with. And also you can even find yourself being in places of leadership, you know, being in places of where you're taking or undergoing these leadership roles. And Pluto is also the planet of power. And so being in a space where you're not allowing the power to you know, this egoic energy to go to your head, right? Of being in a position or a place of power or in a field and just letting that overtake your entire spirit and things. So just definitely keeping out for that. You could also too, especially with Pluto during this time, you could definitely find yourself going a lot more inward. So because it's like plutonic energy, you know, you could even kind of feel like here there's, you know, just kind of this energy, just like people are out to get you, or like just being in this space of like, I don't even know who to trust anymore. Like you just could find yourself real suspicious of people and groups and just people and stuff around you, that you just kind of take a little bit more time to like be in your own space to reflect. I would definitely also say here too, if you have some time and space to really, I would even say, you know, just taking the time maybe to get some not only spiritual support but just emotional support during this time. I would definitely recommend that as well. You could definitely feel this unruly revolutionary spirit emerge out of you. You know, you could have always felt that way just internally. But like I said, you know, when we talk about the rising sign in general, this is the energy that you're ascending to. You could just feel this pull to, you know, speak out against the things that you believe in, which I do encourage you to do so, to speak out the things that you believe in, to speak out on your ideals and your ideas and what those things mean. But oftentimes, like I said, you can feel like in this same energy, like I said, just kind of being attacked for what it is that you believe. Ooh, what it is that you believe. My bad, y'all. What it is that you believe, what it is that you think, what it is that you resonate with. You can feel like, wow, like, I mean, I expressed this and now I'm feeling the rebuttal of my expressions. But I want to tell you that don't let that energy or don't let those things overtake you and feeling or believing that, you know, what it is that you're expressing or what it is that you're feeling, first of all and foremost, is yours. And not allowing people to sway you, in a sense of, not to say that, you know, all the ideas that you have are what I'm trying to say in this particular is making sure that you keep yourself open and available, in a sense of where you're able to also hear other people's ideas out versus shutting them out. You know, not everybody in this transit is out to get you, but like I said, discerning who's who is definitely going to be major for you in this transit. So just in general, you could also feel a strong pull to just want to find your tribe here as well. You know, I do believe that, like I said, I keep pushing the discernment, because like I said, Pluto is not, it ain't for the weak, you know, especially when it comes to just your rising sign, because this is personal to you. But you could wanting just to find your soul tribe. And I think when you are speaking out on the things that you believe in and your ideals and just coming into this genius energy within yourself, your tribe will definitely find you. Your tribe will be like, oh, okay, I resonate with, you know, what this person is saying and what they feel and what they thinking and stuff like that. Like, I kind of want to talk to them and see, you know, a little bit more about what they're about. Also, holding and creating spaces to where you can find your people. You know, if you do have like a collective idea or something that you've always wanted to do, you know, to support a collective that you're interested in, I definitely would say this is a great time for that. Even as you're going through this platonic experience on your first house and things are swiftly changing, you can find your community through those things. You can find a community that will actually support you through this transformational experience as well. And also too, like I said, exploring your gifts. You might find, you know, with Pluto transiting your first house, that your gifts start to open up, these essential parts of yourself, like I said, that were hidden. You know, like I said, you know, Ascendant rising sign here with you know, Aquarius rising and Pluto here. You could find that these your intuitive gifts and abilities start to really come out of you. You could find yourself wanting to explore these different topics, whether that is astrology, whether that is like alternative forms of healing and thinking and radical ideals that come to your mind. You could find yourself wanting to really dive deeper into what that means, and also to become, because Pluto has that obsession kink to it, in a sense of like wanting to dive so deeply into the things. Just make sure during this transit that you don't get so sucked in that it's hard for you to come out. So just taking time to take breaks away from those things. Your body could also be going through a lot of transformational experiences because this is the rising as well. So you just want to make sure that you're taking care of your physical body as well. And you'll find that maybe doing these different, you might maybe even find yourself doing like alternative workouts or alternative forms of like physical activity, whether that's like sound healing or sound, any type of like maybe physical activity that's maybe a little bit different than, some of the things that you were doing in the past. Maybe I know Aquarius isn't necessarily a water sign, but it is the water bearer. So maybe spending time by the water during this transit, a lot of time by the water. Maybe getting into like something like Tai Chi, for example, or getting into some type of, just alternative form of body sculpting or body, healing. Just having that connection to not only your mental energy, but also your physical body and physical energy as well. So in short, this is what I have during some of the themes that could be playing out in Aquarius. Like I said, I will definitely make a full video about just the history or just the memory of Pluto and Aquarius and what that means overall, just the overarching themes. And this is what I have for you, Aquarius rising or Pluto and Aquarius in the first house. You already know what it is. It's a rainy storm checking in, checking out without a doubt. I will see y'all on the next one for the Capricorn rising and Aquarius stepping into that second house. So y'all could definitely check me out once again, like I said, for personal readings. That link is definitely below. And I will see y'all on the next one. Deuces.